The unique part of San Diego, and especially City Heights, are our canyons. And they're really a great place that hasn't been developed. I've been fortunate to be a resident here on this canyon for 11 years. And the reason I moved here was because of the canyon. I just saw it as such a great place to live. This is a very urban area. City Heights is a very concentrated area. We live in such close confined areas, and you can come down here and kind of lose yourself. So it's really a good place to do that. We get a lot of activity down here right now. We get a lot of people from the neighborhood. They come down here, they take walks, they bring their dogs down here. There's just so many things to point out as far as the natives, the plants, the birds. It's just a great place. We really want to bring it back to what it was maybe a couple hundred years ago. San Diego Canyonlands actually just got a grant from Price Charities, and they've hired 5 people to work in City Heights canyons. We've got people doing restoration, we have people doing GSI mapping, so we're really concentrating in the City Heights area to really bring these canyons back. People have a hard time really understanding that how could you possibly be working on a coastal cleanup 6 miles inland, but all these canyons feed into other waterways that eventually end up in the ocean. So it's really important that we pull out anything that could very well end up in the oceans. Today we just finished up an event that was recognizing Cesar Chavez Day as a service day, and we had over 70 people come here, mostly kids. We pulled a lot of stuff out of the creek bed. We did a lot of chipping of Arundo, which is a bamboo that grows down here in abundance. It's an invasive plant, so it grows all over the place and it doesn't allow the natives to grow. It's also a very big fire hazard. We've had several fires here in the canyon, and once the fire gets going, it can just spread very quickly, and it also creates a lot of embers that float in the air, and that creates more fires that we have down here. Now you look out here today, and it's in the springtime, there's a lot of green. It's hard to imagine that a fire could even start down here. You come here in the fall and everything's dried out. All the grasses are dried out. It's a very susceptible to fires. It's really all about having the neighbors come together and really work on a very difficult task. What working on these canyons has really allowed us to do is really get to know people that live next door, that live down the street, that even live across the canyon. You know, I can see people from my deck that live across the canyon, but I've never met them. But this has been a really good opportunity to say, hey, we're down here if you want to come down. We'd really love to see you, and we've really met a lot of good people that way.